3. Dirty beards. As you know, an unordinary, unhairy face like yours or mine simply gets a bit smudgy if it is not washed often enough, and there's nothing so awful about that. But a hairy face is a very different matter. Things cling to hairs, especially food. Things like gravy go right in among the hairs and stay there. You and I can wipe our smooth faces with the washcloth, and then we quickly look more or less all right again. But the hairy man can't do that. We can also, if we are careful, eat our meals without spreading food all over our faces. But not so the hairy man. Watch carefully next time you see a hairy man eating his lunch, and you will notice that even if he opens his mouth very wide, it is impossible for him to get a spoonful of beet stew or ice cream and chocolate sauce into it without leaving some of it on the hairs. Mr. Twit didn't even bother to open his mouth wide when he ate. As a result, and because he never washed, there were always hundreds of bits of old breakfasts and lunches and suppers sticking to the hairs around his face. There weren't even big bits, mind you, as he used to wipe off with the back of his hand or on his sleeve while he was eating. But if you look closely, not that you ever want to, you would see tiny little specks of dried up scrambled eggs stuck to the hairs, and spinach, and tomato, ketchup, and fish stick, and minced chicken, livers, and all the other disgusting things Mr. Twit liked to eat. If you look closer still, hold your noses, ladies and gentlemen. If you peer deep into the moustache bristles sticking out over his upper lip, you'll probably see much larger objects that had escaped the wipe of his hand. Things that had been there for months and months, like an old piece of maggoty green cheese, or a moldy old cornflake, or even the slimy tail of a tin sardine. Because of all this, Mr. Twit never went really hungry. By sticking out his tongue and curling it sideways to explore the hairy jungle around his mouth, he was always able to find a tasty morsel here and there to nibble on. What I am going to tell you is that Mr. Twit was a fool and a smelly old man. He was an extremely horrid old man, as you will find out in a moment.